Mountain.
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 Oh, Molehill.
Oh, Molehill.
How was it singing? One note he's not singing.
Wait, how cool's the intro song to this?
Yeah, sick.
I forgot what it is.
It's like...
Yeah. It's sort of like Megadeth.
You go first this week because you are the most excited.
We need to talk about what we did last week.
Oh, yeah. So, you finally ranked. You have the biggest mountain.
Even after you tried to manipulate people. He tried to bribe them.
I did. It failed. But yeah, people coming into work sick.
Is the biggest mountain.
And even, like, the next work day I had after that,
Yeah.
someone came in sick.
Really?
Yeah.
And did you look at them and go, you're a
They
piece
were
of
really
shit?
sick. Yeah. I was like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And then came in the tiny X on the ads.
Yeah, that's fair.
Then the cans. So I think one other person had an issue with the cans. No one had an issue with using the wrong react.
And you know what?
Because you know what? Using the wrong react is kind of fun.
Is it?
It is. It's fun.
Maybe-
It's like, I accidentally laughed at a grandma dying. Oh, God. Oof.
You did it to me earlier.
I did.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but
Yeah, you gave a laugh react at a shock factor.
Yeah.
And I was like, how dare you?
You should have known it was a wrong
Yeah,
react.
I did. And then you wrote it, and I was already like in a moment.
But it was
I'm
fun.
just
We
having a
all
bad
laughed.
time. And actually, you know what?
What?
It is such a molehill of a problem. If anything, it's a mountain of a great time. Because after you said it, I had a chuckle. I was like, ha ha ha! Wrong react? Really? You did that?
Yeah,
That was my issue.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
so
much fun.
I think, you mentioned the baked beans last week
Yeah.
as the issue, as
One
the
of the
mountain.
cans.
Yeah. And the only cans that were unstackable that I could find online were baked beans.
What, you looked up which ones were unstackable?
I looked up pictures of unstackable cans. For the pod. I had to put the video
Why didn't you
together.
just look
For
up?
research purposes
For
only.
Why didn't you just look up cans?
I just had to. I need to know what to avoid when shopping.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they're mountains of issues. So
They're a bit of a mountain. So, for anyone new here, what we're doing each week, we're bringing in our own mountains, things that we believe are huge issues.
your speech right now is a mountain of an issue. What are you doing?
What's wrong?
What we're doing
What we're doing,
is we're gonna we
Yeah.
have this
we're bringing in our issues.
fluency. Come on.
And we are trying to convince each other and the world that they are a mountain of problems.
Well, they are mountains of problems.
Yeah. We're not just making a mountain out of a molehill.
Yes, that is the plan. So,
yes.
can I go first?
You can go first.
My mountain number one is you go into a store, right?
Yeah.
I'll set the scene so you know exactly how frustrating it is.
Yep.
I don't want you to think that this is not an issue, because
Yeah.
it is. It's a mountain of a problem.
Already a non-issue because I don't go into stores.
Oh, well, it could be.
Go on.
So, and actually, yeah, it will be. This will be a mountain of a problem. So, you go into the store.
Yeah.
Your computer's not working.
Your computer.
Yours.
Mine.
Right? So you can't get online to do your shopping.
Oh, okay.
So you have to go into the shop.
Yeah.
You're frustrated. You do your walk around, aisle hogs everywhere,
Yeah.
bastard cans not stacking on shelves so they're spilled on the
Yeah,
floor,
there's cans everywhere.
cans everywhere,
All over the supermarket.
the sick workers.
Oh, yeah,
Just-
yeah. Bunch of
Right.
them. Yeah.
All of a sudden, someone gives you the wrong reaction.
yeah.
It's horrible. It's a terrible time. You're in this bloody shop having a nightmare.
Yeah.
And as you get to the counter, just by card, thanks. Oh, our FPOS is down.
Has that happened any time in the last 30 years?
Let me tell you. Yeah. Yeah, it has. The issue, the mountain of the issue is actually technology breakdown.
Any technology
All,
breakdown?
any.
No, that's too big.
Okay.
Because everything's technology. You could be talking about microphones breaking down,
Okay.
phones, computers, FPOS machines.
No, I don't know if that's fair.
Are you mostly just bringing the FPOS machines breaking down?
I would support that because in this cashless society that we've been living in through the pandemic, your FPOS machine is down, you can't pay for anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your business is out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
The
Yep.
faulty FPOS.
See, but that ruins the whole thing because it was technology breakdown. It's the idea that we have a society running on technology.
You did preface
Oh,
that by
okay.
saying your computer isn't working.
Yes.
We should have known.
It is a whole thing. It's technology as a whole breaking down. Your computer's shut down, so you have to go to the shop.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying it all directs to that thing. It's
He
the
would-
whole
he would just send me
technology.
to the shop.
Someone else who can face these people.
I haven't had many issues with technology of late. And kind of as we get on, the technology tends to get better and better. Like we have less FPOS issues than ever before.
Okay, let me give you another scenario. Have you ever gone to the toilet without your phone? Well, obviously you have. We are from the
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
And it's boring when you go there and you don't have anything to look at.
Yeah, you got to reach for read the shampoo bottle ingredients. Or,
See if there's anything written on your toilet paper roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It never is. You got to roll it all the way back up.
Yeah, it's tricky. I generally just do like a mummy thing.
Yeah.
But the idea of your phone breaking and then going to sit and having to deal with that. The idea is we're such a technology society that our whole world relies on this one thing that we would not live without it. The technology breakdown is the mountain.
Yeah. Would you call your car technology?
Yeah.
So everything in the world basically
No,
is technology.
anything that
So
has to run
anything
through
that-
a battery.
Anything that a caveman wouldn't use.
Anything that runs through power or battery.
Okay. I can see how that could be a huge mountain if that was like a frequently occurring problem.
Okay. Fair.
I don't know. I mean,
But-
the amount of times my phone is broken down, like almost never.
Yeah, fair.
My computer, since I built it, very few. It's had issues with the internet, but that wasn't the computer's fault. That was the internet's fault. But otherwise, computer flawless.
But it's the reliability on technology that if it were to fail,
The
that would be-
reliance on technology.
The reliance on technology. Okay, that's the point.
So
Yep.
you think people are too reliant on technology?
Is that what I should say?
Probably.
Maybe you should have started your argument with that.
It's been really hard to get this point out. Like I said earlier, I was sitting in before the pod going, what am I doing?
I do think we are too reliant on technology, though. Like, I
Yeah.
find often, and like, even things that you're not, it makes you use it in ways that you don't need to. It's not a reliance thing. Like when you get caught scrolling through some kind of feed or whatever
Yeah.
for hours, like that's not essential, but this technology's making you do that.
And it's there's such a thing on technology. I mean, our kids are growing up with technology being the prime focus of their universe. We didn't quite have
Yeah.
it that bad. I mean, we had TV, we had consoles coming out, so all of that stuff is good, but there was still the option to go outside and enjoy stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's like you can carry your technology with you, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. What about like people used to spend all that time reading newspapers or whatever instead, which is basically your Facebook news feed, but people are being paid to write the things you're reading.
We rely on technology too much. That's the news we're getting.
We do
It's-
a lot.
Okay, I want to go back to the supermarket thing because obviously
Gosh, it makes our lives easy, though.
what?
Gosh, it makes our lives easy, though.
Technology?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Do your own shopping. Way quicker than waiting in line.
Yes.
Getting the
but it's-
person who's sick of being there scanning your products. God, I hate my life.
Oh God, how good's a self-serve
Or-
checkout though?
Aldi.
I love that, though.
Yeah, fuck Aldi.
I used to be one of them.
They're so quick. Throwing cans at grannies.
That's the
Sick.
best.
Yeah, not bad. Okay, give me a mountain. Anyway, yeah, it was the idea. You've distracted me so much from my main point. I need another Dexy.
Yeah, I don't know what your point was.
I don't know.
We probably are too reliant.
Gonna throw it at you and be like, "This is from Aldi."
Bad. Okay, nice molehill. This is a mountain.
Yeah.
The infinite wipe. Now, this goes by some other names as well. I've heard magic marker.
The infinite wipe.
The infinite wipe. Now, do you have any inkling as to what this might be?
My first is toilet.
Yeah, when you're on the toilet, you know, you've done done what you do on the toilet. And number 2, if you will. It doesn't happen with number 1s.
Yeah.
That would be.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Why is this happening?
Yeah, so usually with number 2s. And you wipe, like, oh, there's quite a bit on there. You check it. Some people don't, but you check it.
Who the fuck isn't checking?
Blind people.
No, that's no good. Wiping. What is going on? There's still the same amount every time. How is this still happening? And you're there forever.
Oh, wait, I'm still shitting.
It is the worst problem. I found out today, 25,000 people per day die of starvation-related diseases. I can only assume that a percent of those is from people still on the toilet, still wiping, and they starve to death while wiping.
It was Elvis.
Yeah, Elvis.
Elvis, you know what?
He was one of them.
Didn't. He was stuck there and he made himself a sandwich.
Yeah, so he didn't die from starvation. Anyway, that fact was from UN.org. There's 25,000 people per day dying
Okay.
of hunger.
It might be the people like in Africa who have to walk like 20 miles to go to the
Oh,
toilet.
look, yeah.
Wow.
Some people, they're dying from starvation for other reasons, not just because they're stuck on the toilet, still wiping. But I have to believe there's a
Because Elon Musk didn't buy them lunch. That's why they're starving.
Stop it.
there's a
You know what?
non-0% of those people are dying from starvation from sitting there
I
wiping all day.
guarantee someone's gonna go, I'm feeling really lightheaded. I haven't eaten in days.
I'm still wiping.
But this won't stop.
yeah, it has to have happened.
No, it hasn't happened. They're going, you know what? I'll just smell like shit for a second. I'm gonna make a sandwich.
Nah, it doesn't happen. So yeah, that is my mountain.
Look,
I can't believe this is what we've resorted to on this
I'm
show.
not saying this isn't a issue.
I really want to get a bidet. I think that would.
I think that's
resolve
the
it.
thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? I watched a thing. It was like Jimmy someone. He's a New Zealand comic dude. Pretty funny. He did a skit where he went to his rich mate's house who had a bidet, and he's like, "Oh, I'll just go when I get home." And he's like, "Just use the toilet, man. There's a bidet." He's like, "There's no toilet paper. That's weird."
If you had poo on your face, would you wipe it off or wash it off? I would wash it off. Yeah, see? That's the same as wiping your bum.
Now, when you have a bidet, you still need toilet paper
Yeah,
to at
I
least
know, but
dry
there's a
your butt.
But there's a difference between like, okay, if you're wiping
Yeah,
or you're washing,
yeah.
what's cleaner?
Now, this isn't just a comedian's bit. This
Look.
is an ad for bidets. You wash poo off your hands. You wouldn't just wipe it with a dry cloth and be done with it.
Well,
Or if you got poo on anywhere, any part of you, you
yeah,
wouldn't
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a bidet is the fix.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Absolutely. I think I want one.
Yeah, I really want one.
Yeah. Are
Anyway.
they expensive?
While the infinite wipe is a mountain, this is also a call for anyone to buy me a bidet, please. We don't have sponsors on this, so Tushy's not going to get
I'm
us
so
one.
glad to know that's where your Patreon money is going to. Straight to Jeremy's butt.
Oh, I wish.
I think I'm just going to start going to the toilet with a water bottle. I'll like lean over and...
You know some people stand to wipe? Do you stand to wipe?
No.
Apparently it's like 50% of people.
Yeah, that's a legit thing. People stand to wipe. Yep.
How?
Yeah, I don't know, because when you stand, your cheeks will press together, and like... I'm like...
On
You know
next
what I
week's
find-
Dad vs. Dad challenge.
You know what I find amazing? Since I did put on weight, when I sit down to go to the toilet, I no longer just sit down and go. I have to spread the cheeks.
Oh wow, I
Like when
needed
you-
to know that.
Well, when you're a kid, you just go. You just
Yeah.
sit down. All of a sudden, there was a point where I'm like, gotta work this.
Well. Okay, let's move on from this mountain. Everyone vote this up. What is your mountain?
The
Your second
infinite
mountain.
marker is a good name for that. That's fun.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
yuck. I don't know if this is the biggest mountain of a problem. But
Good start.
We can- That's
okay, change that. Let me.
biggest mountain, we can just say.
Hey,
You can just say the biggest mountain.
look, this could actually be the biggest mountain, and
Okay.
more of like a social issue, I think, because I just think there's a certain point that we stop doing things a certain way, and we have to go, why did we stop there? There's certain people that could have a certain thing happen to them that would make a lot more sense, but they're not allowed to because at a certain stage, we stopped.
What?
You are not off to a great start, Kev.
Okay. Words that are also names, but not every word is a name.
What? Words that are also names.
Yes.
But not
not
every
everything
word
is
is
a-
a name.
Yes.
Okay, what is this? How is this a mountain?
Because there's certain people that would have a name.
Oh my god.
Were you having a stroke when you wrote this?
I was sitting at the computer losing my mind by myself.
I
Don't
said
you
this morning,
remember?
I said before we started, he looks like he's stoned, and I think he is.
So, words that are names that are also things.
Like, give me an example.
Okay, so words that are names. Willie or William.
Mm-hmm.
So Willie is
Sorry.
a doodle.
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah.
You either pay a bill, or it's a person, or it's a duck's bill.
Yeah.
Rory means red. There's Faith. There's Hope. There's Matt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out.
But you will never...
No one's named Matt, just for the record. Matt is a nickname.
Well, no.
Mm.
I think there's people who are calling themselves Matt.
Or,
Nah.
well, I mean, it's.
No
yeah.
one's sitting
There
there
might
calling their
be.
kids, hey, this is Willie.
No, but that's
Well,
it's Matthew
no,
is his name.
My
But anyway.
best friend's little brother's name is Billy. It's not short
Yeah.
for William. His name is Billy.
Billy, yes.
Yeah.
So-
Billy is Billy.
Yeah.
Why
Okay, but that could be
is-
short as
Short
Bill.
for
Yeah,
Billy.
yeah, anyway.
I call
Anyway.
him
I
Billiam.
think
William.
names,
Nice.
names that are other things are great because they're punnable.
But you would never hear a kid named Television. Or a kid named Stand. Like
you
Stan,
stand corrected.
But with
Have
the
you
D.
not seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? That kid was called Mike TV.
That's Mike.
No, his last name was TV.
Yeah.
Boom.
Surname.
Yeah.
Surname. I've heard people called, what was it?
So where
Cochrane.
where in lies
Coburn.
Coburn.
where
Thank
in
you.
lies
Cockburn.
the mountain here?
Some people,
What's-
we don't have any television kids.
What is your issue with it?
Was this the one you were sitting here before going, oh, I can't figure it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I needed to bring in something and I had nothing.
So names that aren't things. Or- what is
Names that are also
names
things.
that are things or names that aren't things? One of those.
Oh, wait.
Does this count as like,
The way I wrote it made sense. So it is
Were you asleep when you wrote
a
this?
little bit. But also, have you seen the skit by Abbott and Costello?
Which
The Who's
one?
on First? No.
No.
Yeah, who's on first? Who? Who? Yeah, first. Who's on first?
Oh yeah,
Who?
and his
Who
name
is?
is who?
I don't know. No, he's on third. Why
Yeah.
are we talking about third? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
can you see the confusion with names and things as well? But anyway, that was not the point. Not every word is a name.
Yeah. So your problem is that everything should also have a person who has the name.
I'd
Matt.
like to meet a boy named Penn.
What about Mike?
Nice.
That'd be a good name.
That is a.
Water bottle.
there's Penn and Teller. His
Yeah,
name is
Penn
Penn.
is a
Okay,
name.
but that's a surname.
Yeah.
No,
it is a
that's
surname.
his name.
Penn?
Penn Gillette.
Yeah, it is. It is his
Yeah.
first name.
What about backboard?
Yeah.
What about
So,
hoop?
Oh, you guys are stupid.
is your problem actually just names in general?
It's that some people get names that are things and others don't.
Does this extend to people who name their kids after like
Oh, so
countries?
is it more like, is the problem really in that, like,
I don't
Kevin
know
i-
what a Kevin is.
there's no Kevin. There's no Jeremy. Nothing is a Jeremy.
Let me use the Kevin.
Is the problem that there isn't a Kevin?
I feel like I'm a bit jealous.
Like, so you're missing out because you don't have a...
I want to look at something physical and go, now that is a nice Kevin.
Yeah. I had a friend in high school that would be like, his parents would, like, the door would ring and his parents would go, hey, go get the doormat.
Yeah.
And so he'd come back inside with the doormat.
Yeah.
What now?
Yeah, so
I don't get to do that.
So your mountain is people with unpunnable names?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, because we can't... Yeah, I've always been jealous of people with a punnable name.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I like it with like clever nicknames.
yeah.
Yeah.
I went to school with someone called a leaky, and we all called her boat. A
Yeah.
leaky boat.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's such a good one.
Yeah.
Because, our names are just names.
Yeah.
So the mountain is names that are just names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
okay.
you.
Okay.
I knew there was some context
That
in
was
there.
a long walk around for a short drink of water, my friend.
Names
Back to Africa,
that are
right?
just
Back to Winnipeg.
names. Okay. Now, this mountain,
Oh, yeah, you've got another one.
I've got one last mountain, and now this is a seriously big mountain. I don't think there's going to be a bigger mountain than this, to be honest. Okay, picture this. Bright sunny day. You're taking a trek around Nepal. You look up to
around
the
where?
Nepal.
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of between India and China.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Then you're walking around Nepal. You look up. Oh, what's that? Mount Everest. It is the biggest mountain. And I've brought some facts into why it's a mountain. Why it's a mountain for us. Because obviously, it's the biggest mountain in the world. So anyone who doesn't vote for that is pretty dumb. Anyone who doesn't vote for it is effectively saying, what, Mount Everest? No, that's just a molehill, mate. The biggest mountain. Okay, I brought in some facts.
I don't know if this is fair.
I printed out some
You've
facts.
brought in the biggest physical mountain.
Yeah, but we'll see how people vote. Anyway, I printed out a fact sheet.
This isn't fair.
Mount Everest facts. So,
Can we just show the camera you're writing? That is.
I printed that out this morning. Okay. So, you might be wondering, how big is Mount Everest?
I am.
Well, 8,849 meters. Maybe. It changes every other year.
That is
Yeah.
true. Last time
Can't-
I checked, it was 8848.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like every other year, they're like, oh, actually, we've decided it's this tall now. Because they're like, I don't know, they just don't know how to measure stuff. How hard is it to just get a helicopter up in line with the peak, just drop a ruler? They're like, yeah, it's that long.
But at the same time, I mean so it's a kilometres height. That's fine. But so if you think about it, obviously it's very high. But what about the ground level? Is the ground rising or is it
Usually
dropping?
you measure things from sea level, I guess.
Well, sea level.
Sea
Well,
level.
I'm not measured by sea level.
No, people aren't measured by sea level, but mountains typically
Well,
are.
houses. I'm not measuring anything from sea level.
Only mountains are measured from sea level. And
Is Mount Everest level measured by sea level?
yes,
Yes.
Is it?
The
Yes.
elevation is 8849 above sea level.
yeah,
Does it change at high tide?
probably.
That's probably why. That's why they can't get
That
it.
was checked at low tide.
That's
the
why it
name.
changes every year. They're like, just a big
Another-
wave went past.
Another reason it's a mountain. The name. Chomolungma.
No, it's Everest.
No, it's Chomolungma, according to the Tibetan monks
Well, then that's the.
who were there first.
Mm,
The Nepalese call it Sagamata.
okay.
They were there first. Then some English colonial passed through. Hey, check out that mountain. My name's Everest. I'm going to call it after me.
Oh, well, that's a wanky thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's.
What a jerk.
That should be the mountain, really.
That's part of the mountain.
Well, no, the mountain. Well, this isn't fair.
304 recorded deaths. And you know what they do with the bodies? Leave them.
Well,
It's too much of an expedition to get up there and carry a dead body down.
can I just make a point?
They don't always
Yeah.
just leave them. Sometimes they like kick them off the
These
side.
these are
Okay.
people who are going to climb Mount Everest.
Yeah.
It's not killing people.
Yes, it is.
No, people are killing themselves.
No,
climbing.
they're pretty confident they can do it.
But they're not.
Then the
they
mountain
don't.
turns around and kills them.
They're not.
One of
Alright,
these people who
whatever.
died was David Sharp, who, while he was on the mountain dying, several expeditions of people went back and forth past him. It's like, hey, mate,
Good day, David.
not dead yet? All right, I'll see you on the way back down.
Oh my god, that's like the
Not
mountaineering
yet.
code though.
Yeah,
What?
but still.
No, because like in order to save that guy, the people that walked past him would have had to give up their supplies and risk their
and-
lives. So they would have had to give him oxygen tanks and stuff. He was in a little cave, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
To be fair, that man was going to die on that mountain,
Well, he did.
right? That's a saying as well.
They could have saved him.
Yeah. That saying.
That man would have died on that
No,
mountain.
that is
Yeah, you know, like
You pick
they
this
stick
mountain
by
to
their
die
thing.
on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stick by
you
your
picked
guns.
a weird mountain to die on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mount Everest is that mountain that he
Don't
chose
you
to die
dare.
on.
And also,
What?
oh,
It's
that's
not
fun.
weird, it's beautiful.
That
It's
is fun.
sacred and I love it.
Okay, so some people support the
Right.
mountain, so they would not vote for it because they like it. But in doing so, they're also saying it's a molehill. So they're dumb.
You're a piece of shit.
And
Why would you do this?
another
to me?
thing, another reason it's a mountain, it's covered in trash. Because all these mountaineers and everything finish an oxygen bottle, just dump it. They're not going to cart extra stuff because that's just more work. So when they finish anything, pack of chips or whatever, chuck the rubbish on the ground. They just litter the whole thing. And then the top of it's covered in flags and shit.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, it was like, has anyone ever climbed Mount Everest? No one ever. It's too big. Have people climbed it since, or was there people
Oh,
who
yeah.
had
Heaps
climbed
of
it?
people have climbed it.
They issue something like hundreds of permits a year because you have to go through one of the governments, either the Indian or the Chinese government, to get a permit to climb to the top. And there's something like 250, 300 permits issued a year, if not more.
That's another mountain if you have to go through the Indian government to climb a mountain that's not in India.
Yeah.
That's
India.
pretty weird. Oh, it is the
Okay.
Nepalese government?
Well, Everest is in Nepal. It's
Yeah.
one of them. It depends on which side, the north face or the south face, that you're going to be climbing.
Ah,
Is
yeah.
which
I
government
wonder-
issues you the permit.
If there's someone who's climbed both sides.
There is.
Oh, almost
No
definitely.
way.
Probably all of them.
I have on the internet.
Oh, wow.
Found a website that tells you a step-by-step guide on both faces.
That's...
So this is what
Yeah,
you need,
okay.
Kevin. You need to print out a list of facts.
Well,
your
I
mountains.
did. I just wasn't awake for it.
Yeah, they didn't make much sense. But
Names
anyway,
that aren't names. Good,
Mount
Kevin.
Everest is my mountain.
So,
I've been wanting to bring that in since the first episode.
I'm so angry that you brought that in. I'm...
But look how much of a like it's a huge issue.
It's... Okay,
Look at
so I
everything
want to
wrong
point...
with it.
No. Well, they're not... What? No, it's not a... You can make that choice.
The height thing's the most annoying thing.
No, well, it's not a...
Like it's
It's not actually an issue. It's a mountain of a mountain, not a mountain of a problem. It's not a problem. It's not an issue.
it is. Look at all these problems.
No, that's problems that
304
occur because the
recorded
mountain
deaths.
exists.
No,
But it's
the people littering it, that's a problem.
Well, that's
Too
a problem.
many people climbing it
Litter's a
and ruining this
problem.
beautiful natural wonder,
Idiots.
that's a problem.
Idiots.
Yeah.
Explorers.
People queued up for weeks trying to reach the summit.
And
Not
the fact-
weeks, days, sorry.
The fact
Queued
that it's
up.
called Mount
So there's
Everest.
queues of people
There
going,
is.
I want to touch the top.
Because
and the
there's
fact that
only
it's
a
called Mount
certain
Everest.
period, like a 4-week period in May or something that is suitable for you to be able to actually get to the summit. So people queue up and wait at the top, almost the peak, for days waiting to climb up.
okay, I'm going to say that Mount Everest is not a mountain of a problem. The mountain of a mountain. I'm going to make sure that people see that. Mount Everest is not a mountain of an issue. Because that's a choice. People's choice is the issue. You can't turn around and say, I'm getting frazzled again.
Yeah.
Just
All right.
embarrassed.
So I'm
Embarrassed. Probably just
Definitely.
upset that my name thing didn't
I'm
work.
definitely winning
Changing my name to Everest.
this week. Do you like how I attempted to spell mountain several times and then gave up and did MT?
Mount. MOWNT.
I'm pretty
This
funny.
should have been on the spelling test.
All right. Well,
How do you spell mountain? MT.
Mountain and Molehill is part of a bigger podcast called Dad vs. Dad. If you're interested in more of our stuff,
We do challenges and things.
you do challenges and things. We're currently in the middle of Dad Olympics. Today was episode 2. You can check that out on our audio podcast, or if you're a patron member, you can watch it. The
That
full
is-
thing on YouTube.
Yeah, yes. Go on.
Yeah, so you can find us on patreon.com/dadversedad if you want to find that stuff. And also, if you want to vote on the mountains, also head to patreon.com/dadversedad. You don't need to subscribe or pay us anything. You do have to create a Patreon account,
Mhm.
but that's as easy as putting in your name,
Yeah.
email address, whatever. Sign up. Vote for Mount Everest
Don't do
or
it.
the Infinite Wipe. They're both legitimate mountains.
Infinite wipe is a big issue.
Yeah.